Hey everyone, Mr. Justin here with the Hernando County Public Library System, and thank you so much for joining us for another science video. We're going to have a lot of fun today with our little experiment that we're going to make, and I hope you're going to work along with us and have fun with us also. Now, have you ever watched a game of hockey and watched a little puck just sliding on the ice, or play air hockey where you've got the little things and you're hitting the little puck and the little puck is sliding on the table, and what's happening in both cases is you're not having a lot of friction going on. You're either having the ice, or in air hockey you're having the cushion of air, creating less friction for the puck, so it kind of just slides on the table. And so friction is kind of the resistance when like two objects are kind of on each other and moving on each other, and it will usually slow down movement. Well, when we reduce friction, it's going to move a little more freely. And so that's what we're doing today. We're actually going to be making our very own homemade hovercraft, per se, using a CD, a blank CD, or a CD that you're never going to use, or maybe it's broken, you can use a CD. You want to use a balloon. We want to make sure we have kind of a little bottle cap. The ones that kind of go up and down that you use for water or soap would work even better. This is the one we've got today. It was from a water bottle. The way I like to do this experiment, I will need a straw, and then I have been using this little Model Magic clay. Play-Doh should work also, but this Model Magic clay works great with this experiment, and you can get that at the store. So this is what mine looks like, and so that's what we are going to do with the experiment today. So I'm going to take the CD, I'm going to do the blank side down, I'm going to take the little bottle cap, I'm going to put it on top of the CD, make sure it lines right up against the hole of the CD. So I'm going to place that flat down right there. And I'm not going to deal with the balloon yet, we'll bring that in a minute, but I'm going to take some of the Model Magic clay, and we're just going to put it around the bottom of the bottle cap. And we're just going to have it be able to stick there. We want to make sure we're closing up all the air. And put it nice and flat. And eventually the clay will, or Play-Doh or anything, will dry out. This is still going to work well what we need, even though it's not dried yet. Just want to make sure that that's... There we go. So it's going to look a little bit like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the balloon on top. And then for the way I like to do this, there's many ways to do this experiment, but what I like to do is I like to make sure we kind of get the balloon stuck on our little hovercraft contraption on our CD. So then what we're going to do is we're going to use more clay and just make sure we close the hole and we get it so the balloon is going to stay there. If it doesn't work quite well, you can just go back, try again. Okay, let's blow the balloon up a little bit to see if it's going to work. Perfect, that worked perfect. Okay, so we have our balloon on top of the clay. I'm going to put a little bit more clay on top, even though that did work really well. Doesn't hurt to have a little bit more on it. Perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to blow up the balloon. We're going to have the balloon blow kind of filled with air, and then we're going to place it on top of the tabletop. You want to make sure you have a nice smooth table that this is going to work. And we also want to make sure that when you blow it up, you can either just do it directly like this, but that's not very clean. So what I do is I have a straw. I'm going to put the straw in here. I'm going to hold the straw like this, and I'm going to blow into it. That did not work this way as well. Let's see. Again, you want to make sure that we don't have any air coming out of it. Okay, so I'm going to take the straw out. I'm going to still hold on to this way so the air isn't leaking out. And then when I let go, let's see what it is going to do on the table. There we go. We can see it slide. There we go. Let's try it one more time. There. And there it goes. You can even push it a little bit to see if it'll go a little further. There it goes, and it went off the table. But yeah, if you give it a little push, it'll even slide just like you're playing air hockey. But we still have my other example right here. And so that's kind of cool what happens. So what we're doing is by using the, when we let go of the balloon is, all the air is going down, right? And when it's going down through the CD, it is creating a cushion of air, and that cushion of air is reducing the friction between the CD and the table. Normally the CD isn't going to be moving on the table, but once we have that cushion of air kind of pushing it up and kind of propelling it a little bit, that cushion of air is going to reduce the friction, causing the CD to, the CD and our little hovercraft to actually move on the table. Let's try this one. And there we go. So again, we created the cushion of air, which is going to reduce the friction, which is friction is usually going to make it harder for like something to move on top of something else. But if we reduce that friction with that cushion of air, it's going to be able to move a whole lot more freely. And you can make your own little simple hovercraft with some simple items that you can find all over the house. So I hope you all had fun with this. Again, we made little hovercrafts today. We reduced the friction between the CD and the table to kind of have, because of the cushion of air, kind of causing them to glide, almost like we're making our own like air hockey, right? Our own air hockey puck, but that is our hovercraft. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our little experiment. You can even try different sizes of balloons, try different flat objects, different ways to put the balloon onto it. There's a lot of different tests that you can do to see what would create the best hovercraft and the best floating of your object on top of the table. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed making your own homemade hovercraft today, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.